who is Charles Leclerc? The only driver from Monaco. He was the second youngest to qualify for the pole position in his debut season with Ferrari. The man who's challenged the likes of Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen on the track. Ferrari's modern-day superstar, Charles Leclerc. But who is he, actually? And how did he become one of the brightest stars in F1? Let's find out his story in this video. This racing sensation was born on October 16, 1997 in Monte Carlo, Monaco. He's the middle child of Hervé and Pascal Leclerc, having an older brother named Lorenzo and a younger brother named Arthur. Now, Charles started off at Fort Villers Primary School and later moved on to the school Albert Premier de Monaco for his secondary education. But growing up in Monaco, a place known for its love of motorsports, Charles was practically born with gasoline in his veins, and some of his racing obsession is inherited from his father, too. Hervé Leclerc was a former racing driver in F3, and he was a wicked fast racer himself. Here's Charles' story of when he decided to be the racer and who inspired him in his own words.
Mio padre sicuramente, andavamo in pista insieme quando avevo 3-4 anni e questi sono momenti che mi hanno fatto amare questo sport.
Charles' father was diagnosed with cancer in 2017. During this challenging time, Charles also lied to his father, which eventually became a reality. He'd informed his dad that he'd signed with an F1 team for the 2018 season, even though he hadn't actually signed any contracts at that time. He wanted his dad to feel the joy of him signing for a seat in F1 before he passed. Later that year, in December after his father's death, Charles did sign a deal with Alfa Romeo Sauber for the 2018 season.
I mean, I remember last year, before I actually signed for him, for here, I told him I had signed for in Formula 1 to make him happy. We knew the end was nearer, and I'm very...
Losing his father in 2017 was an incredibly difficult time for Charles. But despite the immense grief, Charles showed incredible strength and went on to compete in the 2017 F2 season with Prema Racing. His determination paid off as he won the feature race in Baku, dedicating his victory to his late father. Moving on to Charles' mother, Pascal Leclerc worked as a hairdresser. Plus, she's also the biggest supporter of Charles in his racing career. Leclerc also stated that his only hairdresser is his mother. Here are some cute moments of his mother giving him a hair wash along with a haircut. Lorenzo Leclerc, being the eldest of his siblings, decided to take a different path in life compared to his racing-oriented family. Lorenzo enrolled at the International University of Monaco to pursue his bachelor's degree in business and administration. With that accomplishment under his belt, he continued his education by pursuing a master's degree in business administration from Reims Management School. After completing his studies, Lorenzo initially worked as the managing director at Apex, where he gained valuable experience and honed his skills in management. However, in August 2020, Lorenzo made a career move and joined Square Capital Monaco SAM as their general manager. Whereas Arthur Leclerc, being the youngest one, is following the steps of Charles. He embarked on his motorsport journey back in 2008 when he started karting. Fast forward to 2022, and Arthur Leclerc achieved an impressive feat by winning the Formula Regional Asian Championship. The Leclerc family, including Charles and his other brother, has been incredibly supportive of Arthur's racing career. See Charles congratulating Arthur on his F3 win. Both elder brothers provided financial assistance when he needed it, demonstrating the strong bond and support among the siblings as they pursued their respective motorsport dreams. Now, do you remember Jules Bianchi, the amazing driver who left a lasting impact on F1? Well, he was Charles Leclerc's godfather. As Charles was growing up, Jules served as his role model, inspiring him to pursue his racing dreams. Jules even played a part in supporting Charles financially to kickstart his racing career. Sadly, Jules Bianchi's career was cut short due to a tragic accident in 2014. The FIA, the governing body of F1, took important steps to improve safety in the sport after that incident, showing their commitment to protecting the drivers. Last year, to remember Jules on the anniversary of his passing, Charles took to Instagram and posted, 7 years since you're gone, showing the close relationship the two had. Now, let's talk about Charles's career. Back in 2005, he hopped into the world of karting and zoomed his way to victory in multiple French championships. And guess who he even battled against? None other than the Red Bull racing legend, Max Verstappen. It was like a high-octane showdown on the track, with Max snatching the CIK FIA World KZ Championship trophy and Charles hot on his heels, grabbing second place. But Charles was determined to take the racing world by storm, so he made the jump to single-seaters in 2014. And in 2017, he clinched the Formula 2 championship by 72 points. The youngest ever champion in the series, aged at almost 20 years, he became the first rookie to accomplish this feat since the legendary Nico Hülkenberg back in 2009. But it wasn't even the start of his prime and legacy. Yes, we're talking about him starting his F1 adventure. Back in 2018, Charles made his debut with Sauber and earned his first points at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, zooming his way to a fantastic 6th place. He even became the first F1 driver from Monaco to score points since the legendary Louis Chiron. Now, let's fast forward to his first season with Ferrari in 2019. He started with a bang, claiming a stunning pole position in Bahrain and securing his spot in the history books as the second youngest ever Ferrari pole sitter. The excitement continued with more podiums in Canada and France, proving that Charles is a force to be reckoned with. And in Belgium, Charles secured the pole position, outshining his teammate Sebastian Vettel. With nerves of steel and lightning-fast reflexes, Charles drove his way to a remarkable victory, becoming the youngest ever Ferrari race winner. To top it off, he dedicated this triumph to his dear friend Antoine Hubert, the French F2 driver. Hubert tragically lost his life in a devastating crash during a Formula 2 race on August 31st, 2019, at the same track. In an interview with Sky Sports, Leclerc expressed the bittersweet nature of his victory, saying, "On one hand, I've had a dream since I was a child that's been realized, but on the other hand, it's been a very difficult weekend since yesterday." However, the 2020 season was a tough one for both Leclerc and Ferrari. Leclerc had moments of brilliance, like his third-place finish at the British Grand Prix, but overall it was a challenging campaign. The season started with Leclerc receiving a penalty for impeding Daniel Kvyat at the Styrian Grand Prix, causing him to start from 14th on the grid. Things didn't improve much as he collided with his teammate Sebastian Vettel on the first lap, resulting in both of them retiring from the race. Leclerc did manage to secure a few solid finishes, including a run of 3 consecutive top 5 finishes, but his Italian Grand Prix ended in disappointment with a crash. The 2021 season, on the other hand, started reasonably well for Leclerc as he scored points in the first 4 races. He faced more disappointment in Hungary, being eliminated on the first lap due to a collision with Lance Stroll's Aston Martin. Despite the setbacks, Leclerc managed to score points in every remaining race of the season, and Ferrari demonstrated progress, overtaking McLaren in the battle for third place in the Constructors' Championship. Leclerc finished the 2021 season in 7th place in the World Championship with 159 points, slightly behind his teammate Carlos Sainz, who claimed 5th place with 164.5 points. This marked the first time Leclerc got beaten by his teammate in his racing career. Now, Ferrari and Leclerc started off 2022 with a bang, with Leclerc snatching the victory at the Bahrain Grand Prix, breaking their winless streak since 2019. Leclerc also notched another impressive win, extending his lead in the Australian Championship by 34 points. To make matters even better for Leclerc, his main rival, Max Verstappen, had to retire from both the Bahrain and Melbourne races, giving Leclerc an advantage in the championship battle. Now, to make matters worse, Ferrari's strategy calls didn't always work in Leclerc's favour. At Monaco and Silverstone, they made some questionable decisions that hindered his progress. Adding salt to the wound was Leclerc's own mistake. He had a couple of unforced errors that cost him dearly. At Imola, he dropped from 3rd to 6th, and in France, he spun out of the lead. These errors opened the door for Verstappen to dominate and clinch the championship. In the end, it was a season of missed opportunities for Leclerc and Ferrari. And that's a wrap for Charles Leclerc's journey in Formula 1. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this and let us know what driver you want us to focus on next. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.